Shalom everyone, this is Shannon with Apex Tarot, a pure spirit, and I'm glad that you've joined me for the second reading. We're going to do a different type of a spread here. It's called the Anchor Template spread, and I've only done it maybe once before for element readings, I think, in the past on another channel that I had. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use the good tarot for this reading this morning and see what comes out for us. So happy birthday to you, Scorpios. The sun is now in Scorpio season. Things coming to the surface, second chances, renewals, all that kind of karmic activity. We just left the Libra energy, which is also very, very karmic activity, right? The duality of things and partnerships, and we still deal with that every single day. And I hope those of you who are Libras had a wonderful season here. We have the Eight of Pentacles coming up, and I just did a reading, a freestyle readings that this card came up as well. So this is about work. This is about your pentacles, your health, anything in this realm. This is about building your craft and developing things and having mastery within whatever it is in this realm that is, that you're building here or working on. It's about working on something, your employment, gaining some kind of knowledge within something very tangible for you and I. And I'll take that for an overall energy then. The 8 is the 8th house. If we're going to look at the 8th house, the sun's there right now. So happy birthday to you, Scorpios. Things come to the surface about work, or maybe you're, just found a new job and you're building within that job and you're gaining some kind of personal power. 8 represents a new start, and it's also strength, all right? And Earth is very, very powerful energy, and it's slow and methodical, but it will strengthen you and I. Some people could be needing strength in their health, their body right now, and or is gaining strength. Something's growing here. Within this violin. It looks like a tree as well here, and there's pentacles hanging off of that. And some of you all may be artistic as well within your work, whatever that may be, and something's growing. It's growing branches, and there's beautiful pentacles hanging off of that. So that's beautiful energy. Thank you, Sweet Divine, for clear to find messages. What do you want to tell us today in this Anchor Template spread? For myself and the viewer, I bind and block all negative forces, and I command the truth to come to the surface, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I ask for your holy angels to come and help guide this message and help me to interpret what I need to understand, what I need to hear from you, what I need to see from the pictures here that you bring forth for us. And what are we working on today with this 8 of Pentacles? Thank you, Sweet Divine. All the decks that I use are listed down below in the description box of this video as well. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me at apextarot_a_spirit@yahoo.com, and I get you taken care of over there. All right, so we have the 10 of Waters for the foundation of this reading. For the love placement, we've got the Hierophant. How appropriate, right? Because the Hierophant deals with partnerships and marriages and things like that. So we've got the Hierophant showing up. And then for work, we have the 2 of Air, making decisions today. Now today's date, the 24th, makes a 6, which would be the higher arcana of the Lover's card. That is about decision making. So in the work placement of this spread here, we do have work itself showing up. So what you're either working on or your actual employment, all right, making decisions today, where love is concerned, where society is concerned. The Hierophant deals with all kinds of stuff, even within your love, it's social, right? People see you and your partnership itself show up. There's a change here as well. And in the foundation, there's happiness, but there's some kind of working on something where decisions are being made. We have the 9 of Fire, and this is somebody who's been fighting for something, been through a battle, right, and pushing through. It's been emotional. It's taken a lot of courage here and strength, and to get through them obstacles, and you're closer than you think. Even though there's been some uncertainties along the way, there's been determination to keep your focus on those stars there, because something has been guided for you and I, where work is concerned, where relationships are concerned, where your health is concerned, where mentors and teachers and being inspirational is concerned. Fire is very inspirational, it's spiritual, right? And she's got stars there that she's looking at for healing. All right, so the star represents healing. Even this is fire energy. So that's in the central. Somebody's really trying to get focused today and make a decision and knowing what they need to do, where your health is concerned, where you're putting your work in here. All right. We've got in the foundation, I love that we have the 10 of Cups showing up. And this is also very social. We got 2 social cards here. Making decisions within society itself, and maybe you're somebody who's a leader and you've just had to really stay focused and get in this place of determination, regardless of what has been happening on the job or within a marriage or a commitment or whatever this is. There's somebody's trying to make a decision about work issues today, about their thoughts, how they feel about it. And this is about emotions and feelings and stuff right here in the foundation of the basis of what's happening here with this work situation, with this power, with this sensuality, with your, like I said, with your health. What is the wish is the star itself, and that is a card of wishing. And look at this, if that's beautiful, because it's showing up in a really big way. And somebody's focusing on that big time. And that's falling in the position of the wish itself. Well, that's when star shows up, that's high arcana. And that's somebody who's looking at this wish and wishing upon a star and wishing for guidance, because this represents guidance. It also represents healing. And somebody's been really working on their body, working on whatever, because this is anything in the physical realm, working on your finances, within your job, or working on payments to, because pentacles can represent contracts and things like that, and people getting bound up in that kind of stuff because of decisions that have been made, right, within society itself, institutions, governmental things. Also, what the Hierophant represents, organizations, bank systems, whatever that was. Somebody needs some healing within something. That's amazing that the star comes out, and your central position is the 9 of Wands, fighting, but yet looking at stars, looking for guidance, looking for success, looking for those better times ahead, staying optimistic. This energy is about being optimistic, and the star represents optimism. And it also represents knowing something. And this person knows something within this fiery, passionate, spiritual, tangible decision that's needing to be made, and connecting spiritually to wish upon the star and know with confidence that you're going to be guided. That's a beautiful wish to have, and it's the high arcana itself coming out, and I'd say yes to that, really. If you're going within and somebody's been fighting, and this is a wounded warrior, even within trying to follow what we would call the star, you're actually following the creator who made the heavens and the stars and everything in it, and heaven, and as above so below, as in earth so it is in heaven. When you and I keep our mind upon our knower on the inside, this represents the knower, your spirit, right? Fire represents spirit, mind represents the spirit. This is everything tangible. To bring that down here, when we keep our eyes on what the Spirit's guiding us to, we will make that right decision today. We will. We absolutely will. What's in the immediate future? Beautiful. I love it that it's the Queen of Air. Now, I just seen the King of Air, which is the King of Swords, in the other freestyle reading that I did out of this deck. And this beautiful, because this is somebody, you and I, being in a position, high ranking position. Kings and queens are high ranking mastery. I don't care if you're male or female. It's an energy, but it is a court card. You could be also, in the immediate future, dealing with somebody that, obviously bosses or mothers or divorcees, or that's you, or somebody who's never had children, or somebody who's just really sharp. They can come across aloof. Whatever this is. This energy is a wordsmith itself. Okay, this is somebody who has knowledge and sitting on her shoulder. And this is somebody who is connected to knowing how to communicate very well. Now, this energy is also saying, if there's somebody around you that is in a higher position than you, it is also saying to pay attention to what your elders may be saying to you, or somebody who just is they could be your same age, but maybe they're just in a little bit more of an expertise position, maybe, like if it is a boss or a mentor, or maybe it is a mother, but that they just come across sharp or whatever. Maybe going through things where who, what, when, why, how. I always look at the owl as who because they say who did this, what, why am I here, why am I fighting, what's the decision, what has happened, where situations have come in a very tangible way, and it caused me to have to fight and keep my emotions fulfilled, even within whatever's been worked on. It's called, this is a fighting card here. It's a wounded warrior, whatever that was, whatever it has been. In the very near future, some people need to go somewhere and get counsel. Speak to someone who knows how to speak a word into your life. Or this is you taking charge, looking into your own mirror and flying high and communicating even with your own self, your own soul, in a very tangible way, and looking within to find those answers, spiritual but practical answers, making a change here, right? And being front stage with it, and not being afraid to speak out, because your words are powerful. It can make you or break you. And it really can. And somebody is wishing on the star big time to be guided by it. There's something very tangible within your speech, within your decision, that you are focusing on. Like I said, you and I don't get to stand here in success through the fight, through the battle. We live in the real world. It's about the real world, right? You and I don't get to stand here unless we're in our integrity. And here comes the Queen of Air. She's in the upright. She's got integrity. She knows she may come across a certain way. It looks like she's got a mask on. Some people do wear masks in high positions. But you and I have to, I was saying in that other video with the King of Swords, put on you can call it a mask. It's not, we're not to put a mask to lie, but to protect how we see things. Okay, that's how it was coming across to me in my spirit, because you and I must have a perception. This is about having perception of something, having our eyes on something that we know is guiding us from a higher place of understanding. The owl itself will fly high, right? It can turn its head all the way around, right? And see from all kinds of angles. And that is important for you and I to have that type of perception. To see up high and also to see down low, to be grounded. That is exactly what the Hierophant represents in your love position here. In love can be on any level. You could be single. I don't care what you are, because she could also represent somebody single. This, is, again, spiritual, something high, the higher mind of something, something that is your, you can call it religious, or just spirituality itself, your spirit being, but you're also very tangible in this realm, right here. And this is our overall energy, to bring something, to work on something in your craft, in your development, in your employment, within your body, within your own mastery, your apprenticeship, whatever it is for you that you're developing here and gaining your power, putting the seed in the ground, and it's growing here. And there's a new beginning here. And somebody's being guided and has been guided even through the fight, but there's a decision being made here of what's being worked on in a very tangible way. and this decision that's being focused on in this fight. There's a lot of fulfillment here. There's a lot of fulfillment here, and we know that it's very spiritual and practical because the Hierophant's here. You are going to be guided. This higher arcana that showed up and what your hopes is, and then the Spirit allowed the higher arcana to come up. It's all in your speech. Be that wordsmith today and speak a thing in all uprightness and truth, because she's loving, but she's stern. You got to be loving and stern with yourself. What is the outcome? The Emperor. I love it because this is rulership in its finest coming out here. This is passion, because this is Mars in your chart. This is taking action. This is also, something that is public as well. The Hierophant represents something public, and so does the star energy. We got it coming up. Well, the star itself is coming up, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 stars here. We got a total of 4 stars, and then the 4th high arcana comes out for the future position of the outcome. Is the Emperor, the father figure of the universe, one who will give aid. Some people need aid in their, finances. Now, the Queen of Swords can also represent, in the immediate future, this also can represent anything from lawyers to surgeons. And if somebody has been working on their body where, surgery had been concerned, and you're making, decisions where healing is concerned, and money and finances where those, accounts come into play for whatever, the father figure of the universe, the higher spiritual energy of passion is coming in here to give aid. This is leadership. This is power. This is being rational about things as well. This is having conviction, also having conviction within your thoughts, within your decisions, within your works, within your emotions, being a wordsmith and knowing how to look at things from different angles, and being able to cut things away that need to be cut away. All right. Even if it looks like to other people, you're wearing a mask. No, I'm not wearing a mask, baby. I just don't show it all. I just don't show it all, because there are people out there that want to take from you, right? They want to take from you. That's why you and I have to go within and look at destiny itself, and what the higher mind of the spirit of the creator himself wants you to know and be aided that way. And some people don't understand it. It comes across like this: you're wearing a mask. No, you're not. You're protecting what you know from a very high place. This is not a kingdom. This would just represent a kingdom, but this represents an empire of the whole universe, that being backed up by that energy, y'all. That's powerful what's coming out for you and I, those who want to stand in their upright. That's absolutely gorgeous, because that's about stability in its finest. There's a transformation here with these 2 cards, which make 13, and that energy came out, which 13 in itself is just found right there in the number 4 itself. It's a transformation, what's happening here. That's absolutely beautiful. Let me just take one on this 2 of air, because that can come across as, somebody not just making a decision, but also been sitting at a stalemate, and yet somebody's fighting here. If we're talking partnership or love and work, or, being happy and fulfilled, and having to speak a sharp word, and here comes the Emperor, because the Emperor, also going to be stubborn energy as well, coming out here. And I'm sorry, guys, if you can't see all those cards there. That I want to see what the stalemate energy is, and what's caused this fighting here for some of you. What is this 2 of swords here about? If this was a divorce or something, and it's cost somebody money within legalities or something like that. I like, though, that the root of this is the 10 of Cups, because that represents happiness. It represents happiness, and the Emperor represents victory to me. In my readings, how I feel in my spirit when he comes out, and being able to work on something very tangible here. What's this 2 of air, please, Spirit? What's this 2 of airs? Somebody gonna get guided here. Somebody just been sitting there for some of you have been sitting there. Somebody you're dealing with has been sitting there for a long time, not taking that leap of faith, But some of you gonna make that decision and get aided here by the Spirit, and somebody gonna be pushed off of that, is what I just heard the Spirit say. And it's gonna cause something very, very profitable to happen, because you're going to go from the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles is what's next. And the Emperor is very, very victorious. All right. He's rulership, and he's authority and structure and control. And, you know, if you're talking father figures, mother figures, I don't care. We're talking partnership stuff here. Somebody just been back and forth in a situation, just sitting there. And now a decision is going to be made here. I'm noticing that there's also birds here on her hands, and she's looking as if, okay, I'm putting my arm up in the air, and I'm going to choose something, okay, and really focusing. She's focusing here on something now, instead of going back and forth with whatever the stalemate issue has been about. She's actually focusing on something. We have somebody focusing here as well. On guidance, on healing, on knowledge, on success, on a harmonious condition within something, or maybe lawyers and money situations where legalities have been concerned. There's aid coming for someone here. There, you know, this is about starting fresh and starting over. Look at this. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and it's turning, and that's beautiful energy. This is success. This is protection, and so is the Emperor. To protect something where money's concerned, how to speak, how to be guided within society itself. There's also a society card here. Within your emotions. This is higher learning, higher education. This is traveling. This is justice itself. This is your higher mind, right? And this, obviously, the Queen of Swords has a higher mind. That's air energy. It is your mind. It's your thoughts. It's your intellect. It's being straightforward in situations that you need to be straightforward within. It's also being shrewd in your decisions sometimes with whatever, you know, if you're organizing here within your dependence, loving but stern. But, you know, sometimes you just got to come across that way to make your point. This is where I stand. I'm grounded within that. I know who I am. I'm not giving everything away. I know what I'm led to do, and I got back up by the Emperor himself, and this thing's turning in my favor today. This beautiful energy coming out, and this is expansion. There's, like I said, this is going to grow. That Eight of Pentacles going to grow. And you just keep going in your craft, even if you're having to fight, because this is about warring. Somebody's already been warring for their happiness. But you're gonna get the Emperor come out here. And at the root of this thing, you're going to be fat and sassy. Look at that guy, just a happy-go-lucky. This is fulfillment. There is going to be fulfillment. Because like I said, when the Emperor and my read show up, what I feel in my spirit, there's guidance here. You're going to make sure that you get guided by this star that you're already looking at. You're already hoping for. It's amazing that you're looking at it, and that's what your hope is. And here comes the Emperor to give aid, and so does the Wheel of Fortune. So it's funny because the Emperor represents a husband figure, right? And Jupiter represents the husband. That's amazing to me. Beautiful. Even though she can represent a divorcee, she's not, because his Empress holds all four of them queens within her. And you got to be stern in the empire to be able to be a wordsmith, to be able to, come across and be shrewd, like I said sometimes, and cut something away. All right, whatever it is, making a decision in healing the mind, healing your spirituality, healing the body. Making a decision today and jumping off of that cliff. This is also a social card as well, the Fool card. It's about having great potential and making those choices within knowledge. A lot of knowledge coming out here. A higher mind, higher understanding, truth. This is about truth, destiny as well. We got 2 destiny cards coming out. Something very much faded today, y'all. Within your craft, within your physical realm today, within our physical realm, something's going to take off and give you personal power. This is personal power here. Absolutely. Hope y'all have a fantastic one. Let me know how it goes down below. Shalom.